Hey everybody, it's Gary the Google Guy here, and today we're going to show you 13 Drive tips, tricks, and hacks to help make life just a little bit easier for you in Google Drive. And why 13? Well, I was born on a Friday the 13th, so some of you have one of those days. I have one of those lives. So for me, 13 is a very lucky number. So number one, you can change your view of your files and you can turn off that suggestion bar up at the top of your screen. Upper right corner, go to your gear icon. Go into settings. Down at the very bottom, you'll see the option to turn off suggested files in my drive. You'll also see that same bar and option to turn off in your shared with me. Now, while you're here, you can also change the view up of your density. You can make things comfortable, cozy, or compact, spread them out, or snug them up just that little bit. When we return to our main view, you'll see that that suggested bar is gone. And if you want to make your views a little bit easier to see as opposed to these thumbnails, in the upper right corner, you'll see the option for list view or grid view button. Click on that, and that will pop it into a list view of things. Okay, tip number 2. Did you know that you can get push notifications for certain actions that you have people taking in Drive? Go to your gear icon, once again, upper right corner. Go into settings. To the left of the screen, go to notifications. You'll see the option to turn on browser notifications. This will allow you to get new shared items, requests for access, comments, suggested edits, suggestions, and action items, and even approvals as a pop-up in the corner of your screen, whether you're on a Mac or you're a PC. Just make sure that when you do enable these, when the URL bar drops down a box to say allow or block, you need to click on allow. But that'll save you a little bit of time getting those heads up as opposed to the default, which is by email. Number 3, turn on the offline options that you have available to you. First, in the upper right corner, go back to your gear icon. Go into settings. Underneath settings, you'll see an offline option. And with offline, this allows you to create, open, and edit your recent docs, sheets, and slides on the specific device when offline. However, it's not everything. If you want everything, I would recommend that once again, you go to the upper right, go to your gear icon, and you'll see an option for Get Drive for Desktop. This will download a snapshot view of all of your files and folders in your drive, and I do mean all, that you can access offline, and you can work with those as you may need. You can even turn on offline availability just for specific files if you need to, as opposed to that desktop version available for Mac and PC, FYI, if you'd like to do that. Number 4, a really great helper and tool for you is going to be in the upper right corner of the screen. Once again, underneath the gear icon, keyboard shortcuts. Now, I am not a huge shortcut user when it comes to doing 2 or more keys to do this. Probably the ones that I use the most here in Google Drive that are 2 keys, Control C as in copy, Control X as in cut, Control V as in Victor, paste. I use those all the time. But there are a number of really handy tools that you can use here as shortcuts that are single letter or number type of keys. For example, the one that I use probably the most next to Control C, V, and X is going to be the preview. So I can preview selected items just by selecting the file and then hitting the P key. And I use that every single day. But flip through the list. As you can see, there's a number of different things that you can use here. Go to the different types of options that you want to utilize. And like I said, there's a number of those that are just a single key to save time. Number 5, another great helper is that you can actually go into a URL bar and start typing something that you're looking for. Like I want to see things for hacks. If you look at the bottom of our search option, we can see files in my Google Drive that I can quickly access right from here that is matching the keyword that I popped into that URL bar. So that's another great tool to save a little bit of time as opposed to maybe doing an advanced search. Number 6, do you want to share something out with a group of people really fast, maybe on a meeting? Here's what you do. Select your file. Upper right corner, you will see an option for the Get Link. Click on that, and then from there, what you'll want to do is under General Access, make it anyone with the link. Now from there, you'll be able to copy the link right from here and then ping it to everybody in the chat in a Google Meet or other platform, and they can quickly get access to it. You can even give read-only, comment, or edit privilege for any of the files that you put as that quick link access. Another great helpful tool is that you can actually take action with a number of files at the same time without having to just window a certain group of. What I mean by this is hold your control button down, select multiple files even if they have spaces within. From there, you can either drag and drop them into a certain location, folder, and whatnot. We can go to the top. We can take action, whether it's sharing it out, trashing them. Underneath the three dots, take additional actions with. One of the ones that I like to use, though, is share. So you can actually share it out with multiple files at the same time with the same group of people. Just keep in mind, you can only give one permission level to that group at that time if you're doing it with this method. But it's a great time saver because you can knock 3 shares out in one go or more if you pick more files. Number 8, stop people from downloading, copying, and printing your files. Select your file. Go to your share icon in the upper right corner of the screen, and in the upper right of the share box, go to Settings. For any of your files, you will see the option to deselect the box. For viewers and commenters, they will not have the option to download, print, and copy the material from that file. So that can be a great extra layer of security if you'd like to add that at any point in time. Number 9, another great time saver is using drag and drop. If you're one of those people that downloads a lot of files, you're exporting them from different programs, but you want to get them into your Google Drive, you can actually drag and drop them from that download bar right into the middle of your screen of your Google Drive. You can even go from your downloads folder or any other Windows Explorer, Mac Finder windows. You can grab your files and you can drag and drop them into your screen, upload them this way. And as a piggyback, if you've already got a folder, you can actually hover over the folder, drag and drop, upload, and organize at the same time. So drag and drop is your friend. It's a huge time saver, can save you multiple clicks and steps. Number 10, use the activity panel to the upper right corner of your screen to see if someone has maybe edited your file. So if you go to your activity tab, you'll be able to see who edited an item if it was shared out, or if you are the only one that's worked with it, it will say you edited it. I use this all the time. Once I've shared an item with someone or a group of people, I can quickly come to this and see if one of my coworkers has gotten into the file and actually edited or done something with it. So I use that as a quick cheat as opposed to having to go into the file and looking and seeing if any changes were made, whether visually or through the version history. You can cheat and do it right from here. Number 11, while I'm still here, here's another quick cheat for you. Go to your Details tab. At the bottom of your details of a specific file or folder that you've selected, at the very, very bottom, you'll see the description field. This allows you to add certain keywords or pieces that you want to use as search criteria that maybe are not a part of the body or even the title of the file. So literally, this is a class syllabus. I could type in a name like Stephen King and put it into the description field. And if I do a search for stuff in my Google Drive with Stephen King as my search criteria, it would find that file. So you can put whatever keywords in there that you want, and it doesn't even have to be related to the file to find them just that little bit quicker in your search. Okay, number 12. Here's one of the most useful tips that I can give you in terms of organizing your files. In any of your files or folders for that matter, if you go to the file and you right click or the 3-dot ellipses icon in the upper right, you'll see an option of adding a shortcut to your drive. Now, even though this file resides in my drive and I own it, I can create shortcuts for it, and then I can actually organize those shortcuts into multiple folders. So for example, maybe I've got a file that's an invoice. I could put it in an invoices folder. I could also put it in a project folder that it's connected to, and maybe in actions for invoices of this needs to be filed or paid or whatever it may be, all with those shortcuts. You can create as many shortcuts as you want with a single file. So if you want to organize your things in multiple places, use shortcuts. And last but not least, lucky number 13. Here's one that I use every single day with a lot of different files. If you open up a file, you will notice that at the top, it has a URL. It's literally a web page. Well, what's cool about this? Well, to the far right, you'll see the star icon in that URL bar. So if you click on that for any file that you've got, you can add it to your bookmark bar. So we'll just say done. And now the next time that I want or need that file really quickly, especially if you've got hundreds of files in your drive, open up a new tab. Just below your URL, you'll see that file link. Click on it, and now it will take you right into that specific file just that fast. You don't have to look for it. It's there in your bookmark bar. So maybe you bookmark your most popular or most used files, and you can open them up very quickly by just using that single little star icon in your URL bar. All right. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging with me for a little bit. But those are my 13 best tips, tricks, hacks that I can give you to get a little bit more efficient with Google Drive. Maybe some of those things that you wish you knew, but you didn't. Well, now you do. Until we meet again, another day, another time, another tip, trick, hack, how to. This is Gary the Google Guy.